Our scars are our strength. There's a truth that few can see unless they've walked the edge of darkness and back. A truth carved into those who faced loss, pain, and failure. The scars we carry, they tell a story. Some see them as marks of weakness, remnants of battles fought and lost. Others see them as memories of moments they wish they could erase. But I see them differently. Our scars can destroy us, even after the wounds that created them have healed. They whisper in the quiet of the night, reminding us of the pain, the failure, the times we weren't enough. They have the power to cripple us if we let them, to turn us into shadows of who we could be, to hold us hostage to the past. But here's the thing. Scars are not just reminders of pain, they're proof of survival. Each one of them is a testament that you endured something that tried to break you. They show that you fought, bled, and suffered, but you're still here. Survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about learning to live again. To take what tried to destroy you and turn it into something that empowers you. The fire that burned you can also light your way forward, but only if you have the courage to face it. I've seen the worst of what the world has to offer. I've felt the crushing weight of loss. I've seen Jerusalem devour the weak, the innocent, and the hopeful. But in the darkest moments, I learned something critical. You don't have to be defined by the pain. You don't have to let the scars write the rest of your story. The choice we all face. Every one of us carries scars, visible or not. Some are the result of battles we fought with the world. Others come from battles within ourselves. And every scar brings with it a choice. Do we let it weaken us, or do we let it strengthen us? The easy path is to give in, to believe that the pain is all there is, that life is nothing but suffering and loss. To let the darkness consume us. I've been there. I've stood on the precipice of despair, tempted to believe that nothing matters. But I chose differently. I chose to rise. Not because it was easy, not because I wasn't afraid, but because I realized that every scar I carried gave me a reason to fight harder. Every failure taught me how to stand stronger. Every loss reminded me of what's at stake and why I couldn't stop. The scars didn't disappear, but they stopped being my chains. Instead, they became my armor. The power of transformation. Transformation isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about reshaping what it means. It's about taking the pain and turning it into strength. Think about it. When you work a muscle, it tears before it grows stronger. When metal is forged, it's tempered by fire. Diamonds are created under immense pressure. The process is never easy. It's painful, but it's necessary. Your scars are no different. They're the fire that can forge you into something unbreakable. But that transformation doesn't happen on its own. It requires effort, discipline, and above all, the will to keep going when every part of you wants to give up. It means facing your fears head-on. It means embracing the pain instead of running from it. And it means understanding that every scar is a lesson, a tool, a weapon that you can use to fight for what matters. You don't have to become a hero to transform. You just have to believe that your story isn't over yet. The strength to endure. There's a myth that strength is about never falling. That to be strong, you have to be invincible. But real strength comes from endurance. It comes from getting back up every time you're knocked down. Endurance isn't about ignoring the pain, it's about carrying it with you and moving forward anyway. It's about holding on to hope even when the darkness seems endless. When I look at Jerusalem, I see a city that's been broken time and time again. But I also see resilience. I see people who refuse to give up, no matter how many times they've been pushed to the brink. That's what endurance is. It's the power to keep fighting, no matter the odds. And it's not something you're born with. It's something you build. Every time you choose to rise instead of fall, to fight instead of surrender, you're building that strength. The fight within. The greatest battles aren't fought on city streets or in dark alleys. They're fought in the depths of your own mind. The fight against fear, doubt, and despair is one you'll face every day. But here's the truth. You're stronger than you think. You've already survived things you thought would destroy you. You've already proven that you have the resilience to endure. The question is, what will you do with that strength? You can use it to fight for a better life, a better world, a better version of yourself. Or you can let it go to waste, trapped in the chains of your past. The choice is yours. Why we fight. When you transform your scars into strength, you're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for everyone who needs hope. Everyone who's still struggling to find their way out of the darkness. The world is full of people who are lost, broken, and afraid. People who think they're alone in their pain. But when they see you rise, when they see you fight, it gives them a reason to believe that they can do the same. That's what it means to be a symbol. Not to be perfect, but to be an example of what's possible. To show that even the most broken among us can find the strength to rise again. Embrace the shadows. I've lived in the shadows for a long time. I've made them my home, my weapon, my ally. But I've also learned this. The shadows aren't something to fear. They're a part of us, just like the scars. The darkness inside you isn't your enemy. It's a reminder of where you've been, of what you've survived. And when you embrace it, when you make peace with it, it stops controlling you. Your scars, your pain, your shadows, they don't define you. They shape you. And when you learn to wield them, they make you unstoppable. A new beginning. So here's my challenge to you. Take a long look at your scars. Don't hide from them. Don't wish them away. Face them, understand them, and then decide what they mean to you. Will they be your chains or your wings? The choice is yours. But remember this. Every scar carries the potential for transformation. Every wound holds the seed of strength. And every moment of darkness is an opportunity to rise into the light. You are not defined by your pain. You are defined by what you do with it. The world needs people who've been through the fire and come out stronger. People who know how to fight, endure, and inspire. People like you. So rise, fight, endure, transform. And remember, your scars are not the end of your story. They're the beginning of a new one. And it's a story only you can write.